very warm welcome to the Zayed Cricket Stadium in Abu Dhabi for the post-match analysis of India versus Afghanistan. India registering a thumping win over their opponent Afghanistan by 66 runs. That's the number of jersey that Ashwin wears, sports on the cricketing field. And India hammered Afghanistan by 66 courtesy. Excellent batting performance, and batting performance coming in from the blade of Rahul, opening the batting with Sharma, and Sharma both batted superbly. They played shots all around the ground, and they took plenty of chances early on, and they scored boundaries easy as well. So it was an excellent surface to bat on, and they took full advantage of that situation and posted 210 for a loss of 2 wickets, with contribution coming in from quick cameos, quick fire innings from Rishabh, Pant, who was promoted, and Hardik Pandya also was promoted up the order. So both of them getting in quick fire 30s, and before that, a couple of outstanding half centuries from Rohit, Sharma and Rahul. And Rahul in particular was so composed, he was looking to get 100. In similar case was with Rohit Sharma, who batted well and batted with purpose, batted with concentration, and batted with comfort and ease. That is famous for. And in response, Afghanistan was reduced to 144 for 7, Jannat getting 42 of 22, 35 from Nabi, and Rahman-ul-Haq 19 of 10, and Shami taking 3 wickets, Ashwin 2, Jadeja getting 1 for 19, and Bumrah getting 1 for 25 in his 4 overs. India winning by 66 runs, a comprehensive win for India, and that will give them a minute chance to hope that they might just get in there at the bigger stage in the semi-finals, possibly.
How India can be in this semi-final?
Well, a lot of combination and permutations moving ahead from this juncture of the game, but I think it depends on the result between New Zealand and Afghanistan, the match which we played on 7th of November. If Afghanistan managed to beat New Zealand and India registered thumping victories the way they won today against Afghanistan, against Namibia and Scotland, which they are supposed to win, but how well they win, they might win by the margin of 100 runs, because excellent bowling attack that India possess, and their batters are exceedingly well when it comes to comparing the skill level and also ability to play big shots consistently. I think they will be firing on all cylinders, the batters, and registering big wins for India will not be a problem, to be honest, as far as the margin of victory is concerned against Scotland and then against Namibia. But before that, we have to take into consideration the thing that New Zealand, which is a very disciplined side, and it's not going to be easy for Afghanistan to register a win against West Indies. Yes, Afghanistan has got a fantastic lineup of spinners, and Hamid Hassan, who is bowling beautifully at the moment. But mind you, New Zealand has been very efficient side, and they come with a proper planning and concentration, and they got all the strategies required to implement there, and it is certainly going to challenge. But if Afghanistan win against New Zealand and then India registering thumping victories over other opponents, I think that will come handy when it comes to net run rate, and net run rate is the only thing that can help India see through to the semi-finals. And if the way they play today, I think if somehow they find a place in the semi-final, I think India will become a dangerous side, because they say peak at the right moment. Pakistan has been playing excellent cricket from the beginning of the tournament, but at certain stages you just feel that there is going to be a bad day, and that might come in the semi-final or maybe in the final. You never know. So India, I think, stand a little chance there, a minute chance of registering a win and getting their entry in the semi-finals from the back door, depending upon the result of New Zealand versus Afghanistan. But if New Zealand, who somehow managed to beat today the opponent today, if they win against Afghanistan, then India will have no chance of qualification. And if Afghanistan win, still depending on the run rates, things can change. But overall, it's a complicated situation. It depends on favor from other team, the victory of the other team, and if that happens, then India might just find a place in the semi-final. Otherwise, it looks very bleak for India to come into the competition and play the semi-final.
Who is the hope for Afghans against New Zealand?
Well, Rashid Khan has always been in a tremendous form with the ball. He always takes wickets, can score runs as well. But will Mujibur Rahman get fit? Because he is the one who bowls stump to stump line, and he is the one whose variations it's going to be difficult to pick. Rashid Khan bowls a googly, and then he bowls the leg spinner, which is pretty easy to be honest to detect, and they can manage Rashid Khan. But can they manage Mujibur Rahman, who is a tricky customer, I believe. And if Mujibur Rahman gets fit, then I think he is going to be the most important bowler in bowling of Hamid Hassan, who has improved drastically, coming back in the side after 5 years in T20 internationals. And this tournament he bowled well against the Namibians the other day, and I think he's looking good to bowl well today. The way he executed his Yorkers, I think he is a fantastic prospect for Afghanistan. He can take the wickets with a new ball, can bowl well in the death overs in the middle stage of the innings, so he can take a couple of wickets. And the wicket of Williamson is going to be crucial. No matter, they got some quality attacking players in their rank, but if they take the wicket of Kane Williamson, I think that's where Afghanistan fancy their chances. Who is going to take the wicket? Will it be Rashid Khan? Will it be Hamid Hassan? These are the two bowlers, or maybe Mujibur Rahman with his mystery and variations, who can effect a wicket. Otherwise, if they remove Williamson early, there is no chance for Afghanistan as well, because New Zealand is a too good side. World beaters in the Test Championship. They were in the final in 2015 Cricket World Cup. They were in the finals of the 2019 Cricket World Cup, and almost there, hovering around the semi-final spot. And you never know the way they've been playing. I think they stand a pretty good chance of qualifying for the semi-final, and that's the spot that they've been searching for over the years, and that's the spot that they've been able to find somehow, through the gutsy performances with bat and ball. They got solid game plan. First one, the preparation has always been outstanding coming into the game, and they got an excellent leader in Kane Williamson when it comes to defending small total, especially even if there is due. I think he's a cool, calm and collected captain. His bowling changes, his understanding about the game, and also his batsmanship. He's one of the best batsmen in the world across formats. then you got the bowling combination. You got Trent bowl left hand swing, then got Milne who bowls at good pace and a good accurate bowler, and then they got Tim Southee, who has been performing really well for more than a decade for New Zealand. When it comes to using the seam with the new ball, he's threatening. He always takes wickets. He bowls with the unusual angle. He gets a little bit of seam movement and can swing the ball a little bit, and that's what you need. And just a little bit of nick through to the keeper. He has been taking early wickets for the team in combination with Tim Southee. I think looking outstanding side, and they got the batters. Conway can play really well. Seffert, Martin Gaptill. Batting is unmatchable, to be honest. But Afghanistan has firepower. They got the talent. Do they have the discipline? And that's what they lacked today, and they lacked against Pakistan. That's why they had to lose 2 matches. And a similar case, could be spotted, in the next matches as well.
Well, after winning the toss, Mohammed chose to bowl first. Was the decision right?
Well, the decision taken by Mohammad Nabi to bowl first was a unique decision, because normally Afghanistan bank upon their batters to bat first and put a total on the board, and then use the scoreboard pressure to reduce the opposition to a small figure against their excellent bowling unit in Mujibur Rahman, Rashid Khan and Mohammad Nabi himself. But Mujib was not playing today, and that's why they knew that it's going to be difficult with Dew coming in to bowl with such control, and they know the capacities of the Indian batters, and also they knew the fact that India was beaten twice batting first. So those things they took into consideration. I thought that was a good decision. The surface becomes much better in the second innings, but the start was poor from Hazratullah Jazai and Shahzad. They couldn't get going against Mohammad Shami, who was bowling a lot of outswingers to Hazratullah Jazai in particular, and then taking the wicket of Shahzad, and then the wickets started tumbling and never recovered from that position. Mohammad Nabi playing some shots, and Karim Janat getting 42, but the rest of the batsmen struggled to find the groove required to chase this massive total of 210. They needed a blistering start in the power play overs. If the score had been in the vicinity of 160, Afghanistan would have fancied the chances of getting there. But it was too big a total. 210, you need start straight away off the blocks very, very quickly, and that's where you play the shots that you shouldn't be playing when you're chasing 150. That's been the difference. They scored good pressure, and second, the batters, not quite, up and ready for this contest against India. You have to be mentally spot on in order to compete with a strong team in it as Indians.
Ashwin makes an impact after comeback. Ashwin makes an impact after comeback.
Well, Ashwin has always been a match winner. His ability to take wickets even in the power play overs, he can bowl in the death overs. He's a very good batsman, mind you. On the tricky surface, he can provide you the stability and calmness required to play on the surface, especially that suits the spin bowling. I think Ashwin, brilliant, and he was expected to be brilliant because he has always been brilliant bowling for India. Coming back after many years, 4 or 5 years, he last played in 2016, and after that they decided to not take him in the side, and which hasn't yielded positive results for the Indian team. I thought overall it was okay. From Ashwin, he took 2 wickets, but if he gets regular place in the side, he deserves it because he's got all the skills required to produce. He's got plenty of experience as well, bowling in the white ball formats. He plays the white ball formats regularly for the Delhi Capitals, so there was no problem adjusting to this team setup. But the focus has been on fielding. Is Ashwin contributing as a fielder? I suspect he doesn't, because he can't run like Ravindra, Jadeja or Shardul, Thakur, and for that matter Shami. And that's why they haven't been picking, because of his fielding, not because of his bowling. Everyone believes in his ability to take wickets and his ability to make impression with the bowling game. So good showing from Ashwin, taking wickets in the middle overs and helping India in registering a big win, rather than win in the vicinity of 20-30 wouldn't have improved India's net run rate. So good contribution from Ashwin today, and I expect him to continue to play for India for many more years in white ball formats as well.
India's opener came in form.
Yeah, Rohit Sharma batted well in the practice match, missed out in the first over against Pakistan, and then also against New Zealand, but coming back to the form today, and he's famous for taking the attack to the opposition. I thought it was because of Rohit Sharma. Afghanistan was shell-shocked because he was batting with so much ease, and he made those people believe that you don't belong to this level of cricket. So it's Rohit Sharma is a peerless. He has got different class. When it comes to talent, I think he's one of the best batsmen in the world, and when he gets going, I think he is a very dangerous batsman and can take the game away from the opposition in the span of 1 to 2 overs, because he has got this uncanny ability to play strokes with comfort and ease, and can get 20 runs in any over whenever he wants. So good to see Rohit Sharma hitting the ball, and Rahul. No surprises there. He has been in tremendous form. In the IPL and the practice matches before that in England, he scored runs in competition with Rahul. And when Rohit Sharma and Rahul starts playing the shots, there is no other competition from any opening partnership or combination from the world, because they are at a stage in their career, in their life, where they are happy to concentrate on cricket and use their mental energy as well to gel together as an opening pair, and wonderful ability as batters, playing shots all around, can play the lofted shots, can drive the ball well, and are good when it comes to defending the deliveries as well. So overall, I think it's an ominous sign for India, but it came too late, and they should have scored runs against Pakistan and New Zealand. Everyone is going to say, but still India is not out of the competition, and they may play a messy role in coming matches as well.
Virat didn't bat it.
Well, there was no need, because they were well past 10 overs, and the run rate was important thing, and they thought that Pandya and Pant can do with the bat, can play attacking shots straight away. So it was a wise decision by Indian captain to not come himself, to not bring himself on, rather than giving opportunities to other teammates who can play attacking shots straight away.
India performed very well in all fields.
Yeah, excellent clinical win for India. They batted well, they bowled well, and the fielding was outstanding. Ravindra, Jadeja running around and taking those catches, though the catch was dropped eventually, but I think everyone contributed. They took their chances whenever the chances were available, and they were not easy runs for the opposition. Driving around, in the fielding outstanding, in the batting department they were just fantastic. That's what India should be every day when they turn out on the cricket field. And as far as the bowling is concerned, when you have the total of 210 to defend, and the way Jasprit Bumrah and Shami have been bowling, I think I'm not surprised the way India resisted a victory against Afghanistan by 66 runs. And I think it's a good sign moving forward for the Indian cricket team. But is that too late? That is the only area of concern.
Afghanistan, Australia versus Bangladesh. What are the possibilities of this match?
Well, Australia versus Bangladesh. Bangladesh has got excellent spin bowling attack and fast bowlers also. It's a good combination of bowlers who can bowl well in these conditions in the United Arab Emirates. And they got batters who can get runs, but in the absence of Shakibul Hasan, I think it's going to be very difficult for Bangladesh to eke out a win against the Australians. They have been brilliant when it comes to bowling. Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins, and they got Jampa, who is bowling superbly well with his leg spin, tossing the ball up and using his variations of googly and leg spin to good effect to get wickets. I think Australia is too good a bowling unit to handle for Bangladesh. It's a different team than what they played in Bangladesh, where Bangladesh thumped Australia in the T20 international series. But this will be certainly a different ball game altogether. All the senior pros coming in. They got David Warner at the top of the order, and they got Aaron Finch. They are back in form. They got Glenn Maxwell, X Factor for the Australians. They got Mitchell Marsh, and then they got Steinish. So it's a excellent batting unit, and some of the batsmen have started to score runs, and the bowling has always been fabulous from the Australians. And the way Mitchell Starc and Pat Cummins bowling at the moment, it's going to be very difficult for Bangladesh to even visualize about a win against the Australians tomorrow.
What are the possibilities of evening match of West Indies versus Sri Lanka?
West Indies versus Sri Lanka. I think Sri Lanka is playing excellent cricket with ball and bat, but they're not closing out the big moments to register victories for their team. They have been losing from winning positions, and that's what they want to improve upon. I think the fast bowling has been very impressive, using the test bowlers in the T20 version of the game, and they have been delivering the performances. The fast bowlers bowled exceedingly well, clocking 145, which is a big surprise coming in from those diminutive bowlers from Sri Lankan island, Shranga and Thikshana, the two spinners. Shranga the leg spinner and Thikshana the off spinner. Googly bowls everything. I think it will certainly challenge the West Indies, but somehow they registered the victory in the previous match against the Bangladesh, the Windies, and now against Sri Lanka. I think with massive, gigantic figures at the top of the order, Chris Gale, Dwayne Bravo, Andrew Russell, Lindler Simmons, Shimron Hetmeyer, Nicholas Pooran. You expect them to fire and give a good set-off to someone like Chris Gale from the international cricket, who has certainly been a universe force when it comes to lighting up different leagues around the globe, not only in India, but they've been able to do it in various leagues from around the globe with their performances. And the brand of T20 cricket, I think, that has been generated with the support of the West Indian cricketers. They have been charismatic cricketers, and T20, and especially in T20, they thrive. So West Indies, you expect them to fight hard. Sri Lanka and West Indies, it's very difficult to call which team is going to win tomorrow, but certainly it will be a very engaging contest, and we will be giving the preview of both the matches just before the start of the match tomorrow, so join us then. And I hope that you enjoyed our broadcast today, and post-match analysis in particular about the win of India against the West Indies. I think that win of India against the Afghanistan, I think the turning point of the match was that when Afghanistan bowlers gave more than required time to the Indian batsmen to adjust, they were taking singles, then they were taking time, and that's where if they rushed upon the things to Indian batsmen, that could have caused slightly stutter in the batting, because but that's where they gave enough time to the Indian batters to settle down. They were taking a lot of time between the deliveries, and The bowlers were not prepared, and hence they had to suffer, and they suffered today very badly today. Afghanistan losing by 66 runs. Only the bright spot for Afghanistan was pulling up Hamid Harshan, and also Gulbuddin once again performing well for the team. Otherwise, the rest of the guys struggled. Karim Yadav getting 42, and India mighty pleased with the performance. I think winning by 66 runs, and that's it from us tonight. We do join us tomorrow for the preview of both matches, and also live score and running commentary of the remaining two matches. Thank you very much. That's it from the Zayed Cricket Stadium in Abu Dhabi.